A Russian woman known as Dr. Death, who filmed, recorded, and posted footage of the torture of Ukrainian civilians, was captured by Ukrainian soldiers in the Kursk region. She was claimed to have been also personally responsible for the torture of several Ukrainian civilians. I couldn't defend myself, it was terrible. North Korean soldiers allegedly raped a Russian woman in the Kursk region. According to media reports, a 28-year-old Korean teacher from RUDN University came to the Kursk region as part of a defense ministry program. The woman was supposed to help with the adaptation of the North Korean military, but became the victim of a gang rape. Anna, last name not disclosed, was housed in a private house of evacuated residents in the village of Kromsky-Biki, 15 kilometers from the combat zone. On the night of November 12th, North Korean soldiers came to her. They taped the woman's mouth shut, took off her clothes, and tied her hands. The victim claims that 4 or 5 soldiers beat and raped her for more than 2 hours. At dawn, the bastards stopped to look for alcohol, and then the woman managed to escape. The Korean soldiers were arrested and face 15 to 20 years in prison. However, Anna fears that the criminals may simply be sent back to the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, so as not to spoil relations with the friendly country.
On November 11th, I arrived in the village of Kromsky-Biki on a business trip for a program to adapt Korean soldiers to Russia. Russian officers settled me in a private house. I began preparing for Russian language classes the next day. Since the trip was supposed to last only 5 days, I went to bed and woke up to someone choking me. Voices from the prison were shouting terrible insults in Korean. They were 4 or 5, it's very hard to tell. They all looked alike, shaven Asians. They tied me up, taped my mouth. I could not. I couldn't resist. It was simply awful. This went on for about 2 hours until dawn began. Then they went to look for vodka, got drunk on it, and I managed to escape. Thank God. I don't know how to keep living now. This just can't be. I'm really afraid that they'll just...
Russian bloggers note the alleged absence of damage to the Yuzhmash plant in Dnipro, which was attacked by the mega missile Oreshnik, something the so-called president of Russia has been boasting about for days. November 24, 2024, Dnipro, Ukraine. Satellite images of Yuzhmash, which was struck by the Oreshnik missile, have surfaced. The workshops are intact. Nothing has been reduced to dust. However, it seems the private residential area above took some damage. Video of a tank from the Ukrainian National Guard's Rubish Brigade firing at Russian positions in a tree line at close range in Luhansk Oblast. In the vast Ukrainian steppes, battles are predominantly fought for and between tree lines due to the region's unique geography and the demands of modern warfare. The open plains provide little cover, making tree lines essential as natural defensive positions. These narrow wooded areas shield troops and equipment from enemy reconnaissance, drones, and artillery, offering a critical tactical advantage. Tree lines also serve as natural barriers, helping to control movement and supply lines. In a conflict where mobility is crucial, securing these areas can determine whether forces can advance or be stopped. They provide concealed routes for infantry and armored vehicles to maneuver without exposing themselves to firepower, making them strategic choke points in an otherwise exposed landscape. For both sides, controlling these tree lines often means dictating the terms of battle. The use of drones and satellite technology amplifies their importance, as tree lines can disrupt the line of sight and make targeting more difficult. In the context of the war in Ukraine, they've become focal points for intense combat, with both sides investing heavily in securing these lifelines amidst the unforgiving openness of the steppe. When the army, which is considered the second in the world, cannot provide its soldiers with even the basics. The list for the 810th Brigade: 30 towels, 30 sets of thermal underwear, 30 pairs of socks, 30 t-shirts, a roll of film, 2 boxes of flag napkins.
For today, the first list. 810 Brigade, we're giving the guys 30 towels for 30 fighters, thermal underwear, socks, t-shirts, a roll of film, 2 staplers, a box of gas canisters, and 2 boxes of large wet wipes. That's it. You can take it.
Russian passenger plane caught fire at Antalya Airport. The fire occurred on board the Sukhoi Superjet 195 LR aircraft of Azimut Airlines, which arrived from Sochi, Russia. Western sanctions are systematically degrading the Russian civilian aviation. The Russians laugh when Ukrainians kneels, but those beings will never understand the value of human life. Their children, husbands, lie forgotten in fields and mass graves, while Ukraine bids farewell to its heroes. Yes, heroes, because they are defending their country and their people. The Russian invasion of Ukraine has unintentionally forged one of its greatest adversaries, a strong, united, and independent Ukrainian nation. Before the war, some Ukrainians might have held cultural or historical ties to Russia, but Putin's aggression has eradicated any illusions of brotherhood. Instead, the invasion has ignited a deep sense of national identity and unity, uniting Ukrainians across regions, languages, and backgrounds in their determination to resist and preserve their sovereignty. The hardship Ukrainians have endured, relentless missile strikes, destroyed homes, and shattered families, has not broken them. On the contrary, it has strengthened their resolve. Ukrainian children are growing up under Russian bombs, learning resilience, courage, and an unshakable pride in their heritage. These children, shaped by the pain of war and the stories of their parents' resistance, will carry forward a legacy of defiance and independence that no external force can erase. They are not victims of war, but the architects of Ukraine's future, hardened by adversity and driven by an unyielding desire for freedom. This war has solidified Ukraine's position as a distinct and separate nation, with a clear identity that stands in stark opposition to Russia. Putin's aim to reclaim Ukraine as part of a Russian sphere of influence has backfired spectacularly. Instead of subjugation, he has cemented Ukraine's independence and ensured that generations to come will define themselves in opposition to Russian aggression. This transformation is Putin's greatest defeat. He sought to erase Ukraine's identity, but ended up strengthening it beyond measure. Ukrainians now stand united, not just as a nation, but as a symbol of resistance to tyranny, inspiring the world and solidifying their place on the global stage as a proud, free, and independent people.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.